sounds like you didn't give me a go.
All right, we are live.
All right. Ready, Anton?
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Welcome to The2OC. This episode of The2OC we talk about... Damn it. Wow, I have not messed up that take in a long time. All right, one more time.
All right.
Welcome to episode 86. This episode of The2OC we talk about... We get some sweet, sweet can, male nipples, and Anton held something huge in his hand. I'm Matt Flores.
And I'm Anton Duong.
That was so sloppy this time.
Yeah. All right, let me just do this real quick. Something new this week. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/the2oc. There's over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. So, anyways, let's go ahead and start the show.
All right, very smooth. All right, Anton, how was your week?
Not too bad. I mean, I had a little mishap, not like a accident where a little baby pees in their pants or anything. It's more of a travel thing. So I went to Dallas for the weekend. It was pretty much a work-related thing. But then on the way home, there was a little mishap at the airport. On the way to the airport, I got a text message saying that my flight was canceled from Dallas to Orlando, where I was going home. So there was a big problem that happened. All the flights into Orlando were all canceled. So I didn't really have a flight home.
Because of the weather? Or because...
No, something happened in the Orlando airport that I didn't know about until I started searching for it.
Wait, hold on. Oh, that's a good thing, because I want to see what your response is. Is your go-to news website, or is your go-to Twitter?
It depends. I mean, if I'm looking for a source...
Or Snapchat.
Okay, that's a very relatable source because it's happening live, but right. I go for more something like media. So if I'm going for media, I just go to Google and type it in, and if it's showing up there, then that means it's a big deal. I think that's the first place I would go to, and then I would go to social media after that. So anyways,
okay.
Yeah, so the story is that there was a TSA agent at the Orlando airport. He went to the third floor in the Inside Atrium Hotel.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was Orlando.
Yeah, it was Orlando. So he went to the third floor, and then he said something really out loud, but nobody really heard it. Nobody was really recording it, so they didn't really know what was happening. But then after he finished talking about it, he jumped the third floor.
Oh, yeah. So what I heard was that he jumped out the third floor, and there was like kids and families all around the ground level.
Oh, yeah.
So all people heard was a thump, and
they thought it was a gunshot.
Then, oh, was that?
They thought it was a gunshot.
Yeah, they just heard like a loud sound, and then they just blocked off the area, and people were saying like, we heard a loud sound, we don't know what it was. Yeah, it's a guy freaking hitting the ground. Yeah,
it was a TSA agent too, which is crazy. Really surprising. But yeah, that's what happened, and then they shut down the whole entire airport. So any of the incoming flights were all canceled, including mine. So for the longest time, I didn't really have a flight home because I was looking to the later flights, but those were also on standby. They didn't really know if they were going to fly anybody into Orlando until a later time, but actually they started having a couple of planes go in, but it was more of like in the late afternoon, like around 3 o'clock. But by that time, I tried to get any of the later flights. They were all booked, either booked or they're already sold out a long time ago. So my only choice was to come home the next day, but I mean, we had some people that went with us and they needed to go home because they had, their family at home that they needed to get home. So
Yeah.
I had to figure out a way to reroute everything. So I was on the phone with Southwest for like, they put me on hold for at least almost an hour, because I guess it wasn't just Dallas, but it was a bunch of other airports that canceled the flight, and so that's why a bunch of people were calling in. So I was talking with the agent, and the only choice I would have is to fly into a different airport that is nearby Orlando. And
which is the closest one?
Okay, so we have Tampa, which is about an hour and a half away. And then
it's not bad.
Yeah, which isn't bad. I mean,
is it the whole thing like it's a long distance, but it's not that much traffic?
Yeah. So I mean, if you're driving really fast, it'll take an hour and a half. But usually, if you're taking your time, it will take a good 2 hours.
Because it's like trying to go to LAX, but instead landing in San Diego.
Yeah.
I think that's the distance.
Yep, or Ontario or something like that. But instead of Tampa, because the only Tampa flight from Dallas was in the morning. So if I wanted the next Tampa flight out, it would have to be the next day. So I had really no choice but to go to Jacksonville. Jacksonville is about 2 hours away. So that's what we did, and we caught the flight around 6 or 7 o'clock. We got to Jacksonville at 9, and I pretty much had to drive the whole way home. I rented a small car. I think it was a Nissan Sentra, and dude, it cost $100.
Four-cylinder car?
Yeah, it cost $100 because I had to return it at a different airport, and usually they charge a fee, so that's why it was so expensive. But
like the non-originating location fee or whatever.
Yeah, it was an interesting drive home, and for me, I would just stay an extra day, but then we had other people that wanted to get home, so yeah, that's pretty much what happened for that. And then during the week, I got to see Alita Battle Angel. I was supposed to see it last week, but then I missed it. But I got a chance to go see it this week for a different screening. But I'll talk about that. There's so much I want to talk about it, but we'll talk about it later in the show.
So there's a lot of updates I wanted to give, but you just reminded me of something else that happened this week, and I totally forgot about it. But to keep the whole plane theme going, an airplane crashed in Yorba Linda, a small little Cessna.
Oh wow! Is it a family thing that happened, or
so
a small charter?
It happened. No, it was one pilot in the Cessna.
Oh, okay.
But it crashed into a house.
Oh, shit.
In Yorba Linda on Super Bowl Sunday. So they were hosting a party, and the plane. I saw a video of it. It looks like the plane, the engine blew up midair, and the plane just came straight down and hit the house. It's sad because like there's like 4 people died, but they could have been worse because it was a house hosting a Super Bowl party. But it's weird because my friend / coworker lives in Yorba Linda, and when I first heard the news story, I was like, oh, I better text her. And I was like, you know what? In my head, I'm like, no, Yorba Linda's a somewhat big city. It's, what are the chances? She talked to me the next day at work, and she's like, no, the plane flew right over her house, and it crashed in the neighborhood right behind hers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So so her and her daughter and her fiance were freaking out. But the story gets weirder. So it's sad, right? Like what caused the engine to blow up midair? Because usually those planes are like safe. Because even if the engine fails, it can still glide and make a crash landing.
Yeah.
They identified the guy originally as a retired, I believe, Chicago police officer. 2 days later, they said those are false documents.
Oh yeah, so he's a fake police officer. He has all these paperwork and I guess a badge, but he's not a real officer.
He has a badge. He has paperwork showing that he's a retired police officer in Chicago, but there's no record of him. The police say that badge number was stolen. And so like, what the hell's going on here? It's just weird. It's a developing story. I'm sure we're not going to hear the end of it for a couple months, but yeah, that's what happened this past week for me.
Yeah, sounds like something really shady, like in some type of like cop movie or
Yeah,
Yeah.
like cop movie or something like the intro to like a mystery crime show.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bones. This is how Bones.
Bones.
They found the body. They don't know who it is, and now they must solve the mystery. Anyways, so I'll you know what? I'll turn this sad news story into or news stories into a nice little happy thing. I did something yesterday, Anton.
I don't want to know what you did. That sounds pretty shady.
You might want to.
Oh, don't tell me you got a Switch.
I got a Switch.
Oh my god. That's why you asked me. You're like, oh, yeah. Well, I guess I got this text from you saying, hey, how do you send Pokemon to your Switch?
So, no, okay. So I was specifically asking for your Switch
Mm-hmm.
because Pokemon Go is doing an event right now. Whenever you transfer Pokemon to your Switch, you get something called the mystery box.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess that mystery box acts like a lure for unknown Pokemon, and there's a chance you can get a shiny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the new thing about Pokemon is having a shiny Pokemon or
It's the
like
next
a
challenge.
Alolan Pokemon.
Yeah, because it's an SNX challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of like, well, it looks like Pokemon Go is really trying to integrate more. Because that's exclusive content now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get it unless you trade or you have a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, Anton's already bugging me in December to get a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting my tax return. I'm getting my work bonus. I'll go for it. Let me get
So
it.
you went on a little splurge there.
Yeah. Sucks because Target was having a sale, but they were sold out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think because of the sale. So I went to Best Buy and just got that one.
Oh, what was the sale? What was the deal on it?
It was if you buy the system, you get one of the select games half off, and I think one of them was Mario.
That's a good deal. That's a really good deal.
Yeah, I know it was one of the Mario games. It wasn't Smash. I think it was probably Mario Odyssey,
Mm-hmm.
Zelda, which is another one I want to get.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I don't think. I think once you start that game, you can't put it down. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, so I've been playing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got Smash. That one for you, pretty much. I got Smash for my friends.
Yeah.
For you,
it's gonna take a while to unlock all the characters. I know that unless you play the single player, but that takes even longer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I got Smash for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And also my girlfriend, because I figured I'm like, well, she likes Pokemon, but Pokemon's not really a party game.
No, it's not. It's more like to yourself.
Yeah, so I'm like, I got a solo game and I got a multiplayer
Hey,
game.
tell you what though, the great thing about the Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu is that these you can play with a second person. They can have the second controller.
Oh, the other one? What do they do though?
They help you battle. You can battle together. It'll be like two Pokemons on your side, and you're teaming up against the other Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I did see the little icon, the little friend icon next to the screen. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, so that second person can also help you catch Pokemon too.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So that's been a fun experience trying to play with it. Probably the last day and a half. And also I got this is side note. I got this little thing. Oh, here. Trying to get the camera right. It's a external battery. $17. 20,000 milliamps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a solar panel on it? What is that black strip on the top?
Oh, it tells you the charge.
Oh, I have a similar one, but it is twice the size of that one. Mine is called Imudo. I don't know if that's the same brand, but
no, this is Ubao.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
It's funny because my girlfriend, she was asking me, she's like, "Oh, that's like I don't know if because she has it. She's like, I don't know, if mine's good or bad." I'm like, they're pretty much just AA batteries packed into a little rechargeable case. I'm like, not really.
Yeah, but this one's gonna last you a while. I think you can probably get at least 4 full charges with that one.
The iPhone 8 Plus has a battery capacity of eight eight.
So
I'm
you
sorry,
can only get two and
two.
a half charges on
No, no,
that.
no. It's 2,750, 2,750 milliamps. So
For
this is almost like 7 charges. I
wait,
googled it.
wait, the iPhone is 2,000.
750 milliamps.
Depends on which one too.
Really? I don't know. But either way, though, it's still
Yeah,
I was estimating that the iPhone was like 7,000 milliamps, but
because
apparently it's way
I
less.
have the 40 milliamps one. 40. Yeah, I have the 40 one, which is it's a lot thicker than that one. It's like a brick and really heavy too.
Yeah,
That
that's what's heavy too.
one I got that one because I went to the Star Wars celebration and I was
Hmm.
sleeping overnight and I just wanted to make sure that I had enough battery for the whole
Yeah,
entire night. But I ended up having battery for like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, it's
doesn't end.
crazy. Yeah.
No, I mean it's big, but I mean at least this way, one battery pack
Hmm.
can last a while.
Yeah.
Because I
It's good
also got
for
a new
conventions and plus if you're traveling, it's more power to you.
well, because the pet pack I got
Hmm.
last week. I don't know if
Hmm.
I showed you. It has a little pocket for USB.
Hmm.
So on the outside, there's a little like USB port you can just plug into it, and on the inside, it has the USB cable where you can plug in your battery. So I can just
Mm.
keep that thing in my backpack and just have my friends plug into the side of my backpack.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
So you're
uh,
kind of like a battery boy.
I'll charge them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so actually, yeah, now we're talking about conventions. I'll go into it now. I checked out CookieCon this past weekend.
Oh yeah. Is this your annual thing that you do every year now?
Well, second time around, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. But I mean, it surprisingly got a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Still pretty small compared to the other conventions, but
Mm-hmm.
there were some good like cookies. I tried my first vegan uh, chocolate chip cookie.
Okay. How'd that go?
I was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I tried vegan like pastries before and I didn't like them, but like a
Mm-hmm.
vegan cookie's legit. It has because they use applesauce to replace, I believe, egg, which I really don't
Mm.
understand. It's totally different texture
Mm-hmm.
and chemistry behind it, but it added a nice little like cinnamon taste to the chocolate chip cookie, which is
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm. So does it? Can you taste the sweetness of the apple at all?
Oh, you definitely can. So it's
Okay.
a nice little like chocolatey, sweet,
Okay.
like applesauce
That's
with
it.
cinnamon.
That's a very interesting taste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is legit. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a, actually I have it right here. They have matcha green tea caramels. So it's
Mm.
a little caramel balls
Mm-hmm.
covered in matcha green tea like coating.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, that
it's
sounds really
surprisingly
good.
good. Well, because it's actually real matcha. Like
Mm-hmm.
the one thing I hate about like matcha candies is that they just have the taste of it,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily the legit matcha. But this one you can actually taste the greeniness of the
Yeah,
matcha.
a good example would be like the Kit Kat green tea.
Oh God, that's just
Yeah.
all sugar and
Yeah,
green.
it just tastes like the white chocolate that you usually have. And it's like
Yeah,
that slight green tea taste, but you don't really taste it as you would taste, drinking green tea or anything else.
yeah.
Yeah.
I won't get too far into it because
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much the same as last year. But I did write a post on the2oc.com.
Mm-hmm.
Put pictures up there, and quick like summary of who was there and the uh, three big vendors that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a pot dealer.
Mm.
All right, Anton. Ready to get into news?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into news.
All right, Anton. All right, news. I only have one topic for this one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be fairly short, so I want to get your take on it. So, it's been announced that Avengers is probably gonna clock in at somewhere between 3 to 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
There are some theaters considering including intermission.
That's not gonna work.
Why?
Because there's no movies that have intermission. Okay, tell you the truth, I did experience intermissions before in the past at a movie theater, and this was way back in the early 90s. We used to have this theater on Brookhurst and Westminster. They were showing a lot of Chinese movies, and they usually have part 1 and part 2. So they split the movie in half. And then they would do intermission.
How long were the movies?
The movies are like 3 hours long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it makes sense for them to split the movie in half and then give people a break to go, use the restroom and also buy snacks. And dude,
especially back then, because back then in the early 90s, hour and a half was like the peak, like the gold zone. Now they're looking to get, you'll get like 120-minute minimum.
Yeah. So the whole movie experience for me back in the 90s, watching at this movie theater, dude, we were able to get banh mi at the movie theater. They make that stuff there. So for those of you who don't know what banh mi is, it's basically kind of like, it's a baguette bread with ham and really good cold cuts in there with amazing creamy mayonnaise that they I mean, it sounds gross, I know
creamy mayonnaise.
Yeah, and, dude, the way that they make it, it's fresh from the eggs, and there's pate in it. There's really good pickles in there, daikon pickles. All right, anyways, but you would have that. They would have a fresh jerky that they would make there. They would dehydrate it, and then they would dip it into like a honey sauce. Oh my god! And they would have mangoes with those chamoy powder.
I'm guessing this theater doesn't exist anymore, huh?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's where Tasty is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there used to be a movie theater there, and I think there used to be like a small shopping grocery center there, but then it turned into what it is now today.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but okay. But I mean, see, movies did used to have, and this is way back in the day. This is like what's that one movie? Around the World in, is it 180 days? What was it? Not 180 days. 80 days?
Something like that. The remake was with
80
Jackie
days.
Chan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Around the World in 80 days. No, but like the original one, like that one had an intermission. There's several other movies that had intermissions, and it's possible to do it. They just have to be very careful when they pause it or when they give people a break.
I know. I know that a lot of drive-in movie theaters used to do that more often too, because they want people to go to concessions and get more snacks.
And that's my thing too. So I say it as a double-edged sword. So they can have the intermission, which will probably boost their concession sales. However, it's going to lower the amount of screenings it can show. Like if you're giving a 15-minute intermission, that's going to at least take one showing away from your theater per theater.
That's true. That's probably the reason why they did that in the first place, is because they want to maximize the amount of time that they can make money out of screenings. But I mean,
they're just trying to condense everything.
Yeah, but I mean, they have all these trailers at the very beginning that takes up, if they take out trailers in general, they'll probably have room to fit in at least 2 more showings in a day.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
But I did think that they did do that before at one point. And people were like, what happened to the trailers? How do I know what movie's coming out? That type of thing.
Trailers used to be before the start time. If the start time was 6 o'clock, the trailers started at 5:45, and the movie actually started at 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. No, but I was going to say, I can see them doing the intermission for the fan events or for the special screenings, because those, they only do one of per night. And it's just for the fan experience.
Yeah, I mean, in the past, they do the fan experiences where you do the marathon, and they would give you at least half an
Oh
hour
God.
to go do your business, get more snacks. And I know that there were a couple other ones where you would watch it, and then you come back the next day to finish the other half. Because, I mean, on Broadway.
That was for phase one. Oh,
Yeah.
not phase one. Before Endgame. Or
Mhm.
Endgame. Before jeez, I keep messing it up. Before Infinity War,
Mhm.
they did a screening of all Marvel movies for the last 10 years.
Mhm.
And I think it was a weekend event.
Yeah, I don't know who would go to that. That's very tiring.
Yeah, no, that's insane, dude.
Mhm.
That's too much. Like you're pretty much spending your whole time in one seat at that. I just feel back problems sitting there.
Yeah, I know that on Broadway, if you go see the Harry Potter and what is it, the Cursed Child?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one alone, you would have to go to two different seatings. If you want to do it in one day, it will start at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you get to see the second part at 7 o'clock at night. So you also have a chance to go back the next day and watch it at a different time if you want to. So if you want to watch it at 2, then the second part would be at 7. Yeah, and then it'll be the same
So
thing.
really, you have to think of it more like you bought a set of two different plays that just happen to be part one, part two, and you can pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that kind of works, but at the same time, you kind of run the risk of one being more crowded than the other, and then you
It's
miss
like
out.
a 5-hour show, dude. So it makes sense for them to do that. I don't know why J.K. Rowling would write that much, but I mean, I guess, the Harry Potter fans want closure to each, chapter. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know that, and apparently they weren't very happy with it either. I mean, they liked the play, but they weren't happy with the story. Anyways, all right, that's it for news. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to that, because we have a lot to cover.
Yeah, we have a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and move on.
All right, let's go to our next segment, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl? What's that?
All right, Anton. So, as you know, the big game, as it's known, was this past Sunday. It was the LA Rams versus the Patriots. It'd be no surprise that the majority of the people here were going for the Rams. Actually, I think you were going for the Rams also, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's LA, and it's always the underdog that we always, root for, because New England Patriots they're always there, or most of the time.
But it's funny because they showed a map before the game of what each state was rooting for, and majority of it was Rams. Like I think it was just New England going for the Patriots, and I think Louisiana Patriot. I don't know. Like some state down south was going for the Patriots.
Yeah, and you know that probably 70 or 80% of the people that went to the game are Patriots fans.
Oh yeah,
they're hardcore Patriots fans, and
they're used to the cold weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was insane. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the whole entire game. And I'll tell you what, it's so boring.
It was bad, dude.
Yeah, it became a soccer game. Literally a soccer game.
It really did.
It's like goalie kicks the whole time, dude.
So I watched it with my girlfriend, and it was her first time watching a full game, because she doesn't really like football, doesn't really understand it.
Yeah.
But
this is the worst game to watch.
It really was. And she's like, majority of the time we just started talking or whatever, or just went to start making food. It just became a background thing.
Yeah.
But she was like, I think she was laughing at how.
Did you tell her? Did you tell her that they usually don't punt this often?
Oh my God, I was like 8. I think they punted 8. I think the Rams punted 8 times.
Yeah.
No, but she was laughing at my rage while TV. Me yelling at the Rams quarterback Groff. I'm like, damn it, you can't sleep on Brady. You have to. You have to capitalize now.
Yeah.
Which I was right, because spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the game, Tom Brady does not choke.
No.
if his back's against the wall, he will just continue. He is ice cold, dude. Like he.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he never really got sacked the whole season until the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he doesn't get nervous. He's a machine. He just keeps going, going, going. As soon as the Patriots scored their touchdown, I saw the Rams start panicking and making very stupid moves. I'm like, game's over. It's done.
Yeah. You know that was going to happen as soon as you see the hiccup there.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Nathan. So I'm sure people have gotten enough analysis about the game. Let's get to the fun part, the commercials.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all for that.
So let's see here. You want to go? I'll let you pick. What was your favorite commercial?
I think the Bud Light ones were really surprising to me.
The Bud Light ones were weird.
Yeah, they're really weird. Especially, okay, Bud Light, weird. Budweiser, very, very deep. And I guess that's a good thing. And it separates them from the hilarious Bud Light commercials that they had. I think the one that really totally caught me off guard was when, I mean, the first one was funny because it was the one where they had corn syrup and they were trying to deliver to Budweiser, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we didn't order that. We don't brew our beer with, corn syrup." Yeah, so then they start going to other castles.
Yeah, they go to Coors, they go to Miller.
Yeah,
I was telling my girlfriend, like, that's pretty ballsy. Like, they just had to talk smack on the other, like, both competitors. Like, they didn't just want to target one; they wanted to talk on both of them.
Yeah.
That commercial was probably like about 20 seconds too long.
Yeah,
like, they just kept going on.
It is. So, anyways, that was the commercial that I was expecting for Bud Light. But then the second one that they had, they were having this joust match, and then this one warrior came out and got ready to joust, and I was like, that guy, that character looks so familiar. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he defeats the main guy that we're like, oh, is that supposed to happen? Because the other guy's the main guy. And then all of a sudden...
the Blue Knight?
Yeah, the Blue Knight. He was the main guy. And then all of a sudden, the big dude, who's the bad guy, comes over and starts doing that same exact scene that was in Game of Thrones. And then all of a sudden, you see the dragon come in. I was like, wait, what? Is this a Bud Light commercial? Or is this a Game of Thrones?
It was a weird cross promotion.
Yeah, so it was a cross promotion. I was like, okay, that totally caught me off guard.
Yeah, it threw me off because then like the last scene is the Blue Knight from Bud Light scorched on the ground in a little crater.
Yeah, that caught me off guard, and I think that was probably my favorite one.
Before we get to the fun ones, can we talk about how weird the Idris Elba commercial was? How creepy it was?
Well, which one?
There was him sitting on a dark night, like on a dark night on the street, singing. What song is it called? I can't remember what it is. But he has the voice of like a little girl as he's singing. It's for Squarespace.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
I was like, I saw my girlfriend. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable watching it. It's kind of creepy. She goes, "Is this a horror movie?" I'm like, no. But the fact that he's a big dude. He's probably like 6'3" at the very least, and him singing with a little girl voice is really disconcerting.
Yeah, it's not normal for you to see Idris like that. Like you always see him in like movies as a big bulky guy doing really awesome things and canceling the apocalypse.
Yeah, he's war ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go into the Avengers.
Before that, sorry. Idris was also in another commercial. It was Hobbs versus
Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah.
With Jason Statham and The Rock.
And also Idris. He is a bad guy in this one. And it's funny, he says he's a bad guy in it too.
But he's British, so it's expected. The Brits are always the bad guy, according to Jaguar.
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 Like they don't even say the Jaguar. Like they go straight from the G to the A,
Yeah.
and then they skip the R.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you gonna put that Jaguar in the garage?
the car hold.
The car hole.
Simpsons joke.
Yeah.
No, but dude, I am not like, I'll watch it when I watch it.
Hmm.
But Hobbs and Shaw, dude, that was like a total bro movie. Like, oh, I'm down.
Yeah.
This,
It's a fun movie to watch, but I don't think it will be like groundbreaking. But I mean, it's probably a good spin-off.
it's gonna be a good. I didn't even see the release date, but this is where Vin Diesel and Paul Walker left off.
Hmm.
This is extreme Vin Diesel, extreme Paul Walker.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait for Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
So it's going to Avengers, Anton, and the trailer for this one, I don't even want to call it a trailer, teaser.
Mm-hmm. Teaser, yeah.
Just another bait and switch for.
Mm-hmm.
It's really bleak. It's just a voiceover as they're showing the world post Infinity War, and it's a very noticeable time jump.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene, and I showed you I think it's picture 3,
Okay.
of the Statue of Liberty, and you see all the boats scattered throughout, like the by the Statue of Liberty, and it looks very old. Time has definitely passed by on this one.
Oh yeah. Do you think people had to go to the Statue of Liberty, or do you think they that's kind of weird. I just did that live. Yeah, do you see it on the screen? I'm sorry.
I see it on our chat. I don't know if it's going to show up on the stream.
Yeah, it shows up on the screen. That's what you see. Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe something happened and they got washed there, or they probably met up there because that's the only safe place to be at. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean probably, but also it could also be that what if you're on a boat and your captain gets snapped?
Yeah.
I think Marvel's officially called the decimation, which I don't like the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the snap anymore because decimation very specifically is you eliminate 1/10 of your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
This is more than 1/10.
Oh
yeah. Let's see here. So the other thing, there's like a support group going on too.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to picture 4, there's a sign where it says, "Where do we go now that they're gone?"
Yeah. And you kind of get to see the shadow at the very bottom there too.
Yeah, I think that shadow's misleading. Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of like a Shutterstock kind of picture that they use to advertise, because we're interpreting this as, half the Avengers are gone. What do we do now? This is like you lost your family, so this is like actual people having a support group meeting. Like
Mm-hmm.
This is for the world to get a hold of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another sign of how much time has passed. I mean, they've had time to
grieve,
to mourn. They grieve. They've had time to make posters and set up and organize meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I'm saying at least a year afterwards.
Yeah, some people say a couple months because yeah, but then you do see a couple of changes to Cap, because I mean he had the beard when he was
he shaved.
Yeah, he shaved. So there's a bit of change there.
Yeah, no, I think that's most noticeable. But I mean, it's good to see Cap go away the way he came in, which I'm wondering if that's a sign, if it's gonna be a callback to his old days.
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifice, maybe.
Sacrifice, yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. They're gonna throw curveballs all the time, so we're gonna see a lot of really big surprises.
So speaking of curveballs, and you can kind of flip between picture 1, picture 2. Marvel has obviously spent money to take out somebody out of this photo.
Yes, And it's very obvious too. You can totally see it.
Yeah, there's a big gap between everybody. Either A, they spent money to Photoshop somebody out of that, or B, they just haven't rendered the Hulk into it, or whoever is in there is CGI and they haven't fully put him in there yet.
I have a feeling that it's either Hulk or... I mean, okay, let me guess this. If it was someone important and they wanted to take them out, I think it would be Ant-Man.
But Ant-Man does show up in the other parts of the trailer. So we're thinking whoever is in there is going to be not revealed yet. They want it to be the surprise.
It could be Captain Marvel.
See, I think that's the go-to, but Captain Marvel's gonna get her own movie, and it takes place... She gets her movie right before this. It might be too soon. The fun ones are Hulk. The joke was Ant-Man. He's just very small. You can't see him, but they're respecting the space. The other one that I kind of am interested in, especially because we're considering talking about the Young Avengers, Shari.
Shari. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think that would be interesting because Iron Man is not there right now. He's still lost in space.
She's the only Tony Stark.
She's the only Tony Stark. She has the technology to build a suit. And in the Infinity War, we saw that Tony's suit is now used with nanites. Something that Shari is very familiar with because all her technology is nanite based. The table she works on in her lab. She pretty much used it throughout the whole Black Panther. So I'd be very interested. And if you notice that her blasters in Black Panther, very similar to Iron Man's repulsors.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I'm betting money on Shari.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You're like, no, you're wrong, but all right.
I mean, it's a pretty solid guess.
Yeah. Well, that's where my money's at. All right. This is next trailer.
Okay.
Captain Marvel. All we really got to see from this one is her phrase, faster, higher, and I forgot how it goes.
Is it the Daft Punk song?
Not the I knew you were gonna say that. No, that's stronger.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much the same stuff we've seen before. Maybe trimmed down a little bit more. However, I was seeing some stuff on Twitter and then later on news sites that this trailer might have been to attract a male audience. There's still a little hesitation about whether guys are going to relate to Captain Marvel or be as excited for Captain Marvel as the other heroes. This is a very strong female lead, and so far it's mainly been women and Marvel fans been toting the flag for this one. But if you watch the trailer for Marvel, it is freaking like rock music, hard beats. It's very like, I think it even sounds like the metal, like the like a power drill.
Well, would you say it's very tomboyish?
It's very like,
it's very Ronda Rousey for me.
Yeah, it's very. I'm a man. I like that. It's for Josias. It's Josias from the Comic Syndicate. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
No, but like again, I encourage everybody after this video, go look up the trailer for the Super Bowl for Captain Marvel, and it has a power drill sound throughout the whole thing. It's like, yeah. I'm saying. All right, Tom. The other thing I think you'd be excited about, and it's funny because some people thought that the Super Bowl, that something happened to the live feed.
Oh yeah, dude. When I saw that and I was listening to the sound, the person narrating it, I knew.
No.
I was looking at my wife. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yes.
Ah!
So I know I had the exact same moment. I heard like I saw what was going on. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
Avengers again, and then I heard his voice. It
Yeah.
is. It can't be. And
Yeah.
my girlfriend's like, what? What is it? Is it a commercial? I'm like, just watch.
Yeah, dude. We were in probably the same moment. Yeah, dude. My wife was like, "Well, what's going on?" And then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, "Look. You
Yeah.
don't know what it is. Just
It's funny 'cause
listen."
he starts saying, imagine going through a door. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's saying it. And then like the confirmation is the really eerie Twilight Zone music in the background. Like they
No.
no,
Yeah.
but it's like they twisted that. Like
Oh
it
yeah,
is the
they did.
original, but
Hmm.
they made it extra creepy.
Yeah.
Um, and this got me excited, dude. Because okay, so uh, I went to go watch the game at my girlfriend's house.
Hmm.
Uh, they use they don't have a regular cable. They use like they're pretty much cord cutters.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, oh, no problem. I'll just sign up for the CBS Access. They have a trial. No, I'll do it.
Hmm.
I got a promo code, so I got a week plus a month for free.
Hmm.
I'm thinking I'm going to keep it an extra month just to check out the CBS because this comes out the beginning of April.
Yeah.
My CBS All Access ends mid-March.
Okay.
I might be keeping an extra. I wanted to, dude. I'm excited. Like, I trust him with the Twilight Zone more than I trusted what's his name, Forrest Whitaker.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. I think because it's only one episode at a time, so you're gonna be keeping it for a while if you're okay with that.
It's fine. I think it's like $5, so I'm fine.
Yeah, and plus
but-
they got a lot of other shows right now on it. I mean, there's Star
Yeah.
Trek. I don't know if you want to
Yes.
really get into that, but I mean, it
I-
looks really good. I just haven't got time to get to it yet.
No. Star Trek Discovery is definitely on my watch list. Which,
Mhm.
by the way, they need to enhance their viewing experience. They have the commercial version, commercial free, kind of like Hulu.
Yeah.
And you could, if you have the commercial free one, you can download the episode. But so far on the app, I can't find the way to build a queue.
Mm-hmm.
And I that seems very odd to me. Like you have to pretty much search the show you want to see and then go episode by episode instead of just saying, I like this show, click, show me every time this episode comes up.
So you,
Or this
so
show
you
comes
like
up.
the Hulu feature?
Well, like Netflix does it too. Like you put your shows or movies into a queue, and even though if you remove it, it still knows. Oh, you liked this show before. By the way, the new season's out for it.
I think you can do it with the Apple TV because they have the TV app on it where it integrates with the CBS or ABC or any of the television apps. So
Yeah.
you can go and choose the shows, and it will go straight to the TV app. So whenever there's a new show, just like how Hulu does it, but Apple does it with all of the apps together in one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing, Anton, and wait, just make sure. Anything else you want to add for Twilight Zone?
What's that?
Anything else you want to add for Twilight Zone before I go to the next one?
Oh yeah, there
I
was
think
also his movie trailer that was in the spot too.
Toy Story. That
Yeah,
one?
that too. Oh my god, he has like 4 things.
Wait,
in
what other one did he do?
Us, the creepy movie.
Oh,
The horror?
crap! Forgot about that.
Yeah, Us. Yeah. Damn, he's everywhere, dude. That's crazy.
Super Bowl hosted by Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
God, you're right. Forgot about that. I really like that trailer.
Mhm.
The Toy Story one though was hilarious.
Yeah. Some people thought it was annoying. I thought it was funny.
No, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was very short. It's a teaser. I think there's honestly, based on my reaction, I think they just wanted to show you the animation.
Yeah.
Because that opening scene, I really thought it was a Disneyland ad, and they were using Buzz and Bo Peep to advertise. Not Buzz, Woody and Bo to advertise it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that's not a that's not Disney. That's a carnival. Oh, this is a Toy Story commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Crazy how far animation has come in, what, 20, 25 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, the next commercial,
Mm-hmm.
I got excited for because it's something we talked about with my brother Argy from Deep Dives and Rabbit Holes and Josias from the Comic Syndicate on episode 80 was Guillermo del Toro produces Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Oh yeah.
This
really
one,
excited about that.
yeah, this one, it was a very short teaser. If you aren't really familiar with it, you probably didn't understand it. It just a woman walking to a mirror down a dark hallway with like a zit on her cheek, and as you close to the mirror, you see like a little like me, like little. Eh. And if we're also audio. A little leg sticking out of that little zit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that is one of the stories. So I'm excited. I'm like, holy crap, we're getting closer and closer.
Mm-hmm. Too close.
Too close. That was too close. That would freak me out.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. Anything else that we missed for the Super Bowl?
The halftime show is such a disappointment.
Oh.
I mean, I already knew that from the start because, knowing people that go to Maroon 5 concerts, doesn't really deliver ever. So, wasn't really surprised.
It was pretty much him stripping.
Yeah.
Literally every 3 minutes he took off another article of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got to find out how much he loves California.
Yeah.
And male nipples. Oh my god, there was such a freaking outrage on Twitter for it. Because they were saying like the double standard that guys can show their nipples on TV but women can't, blah blah blah. Like they brought up the whole Janet Jackson thing from the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Like from saying like, oh, Janet Jackson shows her nipple for like half a second and the world goes crazy. Maroon 5 dances around topless and everybody's like excited for it. I get it. I mean, it is a double standard.
Mm-hmm.
I know it shouldn't be, but I also know it is. I don't know. I don't want to get into stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be all hell from there.
Yeah, and so I'm walking down a dark alley. I'm just gonna turn around and I'm gonna avoid this dark alley before I even go any further.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. So we also had a busy weekend with video games. You want to go into video games?
Yeah. Let's get into video games.
Cool.
All right. So this week or past week, I think February 1st to the 3rd, there was a free demo of a game called Anthem, and it's distributed by EA. I forgot the studio that made it. Didn't really thought about talking about it on the episode, but let me
go ahead. Keep talking about it. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. So Anthem, if I had to sum it up, what type of game it is, it's kind of like Destiny, where you can play with your friends, you can go on, explore the world together. The other game that I would compare it to would be Mass Effect, because the NPCs, which is like near person. I keep forgetting the acronym. NPCs.
Oh, non-playable characters.
Yeah, non-playable characters. Like, there's a lot of them in the game. You would go to them to get missions, but it's not just going to them to get missions. You're going to them to get like a story. Just like how Mass Effect, how everything that you do changes the story. Yeah. So that is basically what you're doing here in the game, is that with the exploration of Destiny. And you level up your characters, you get to customize your javelin, which is your avatar.
Iron Man suit.
Yeah, Iron Man suit. Dude, it is so awesome. I really wish you could have played that part.
So I'll pause you there for a second.
Okay.
Well, first of all, it's BioWare.
Okay, BioWare. Oh, no wonder. No freaking wonder. BioWare makes Mass Effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're used to the mechanics. They know that kind of storytelling.
Yeah.
No, so I thought I had more time
Yeah.
when we were first downloading and installing the game to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I haven't heard from my girlfriend yet. I think she was still getting ready. So I'm like, well, I'll just sign on right now. As soon as I finished the loading and the opening screen, she goes, hey, we can go now. Because we had to go to the store, get stuff ready.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn it. Of course. So that's when I just bailed. And then when I got home, I didn't get home that late. I got home like at 9.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to sign on before they shut down the servers. They shut down the servers already at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little early. Usually for these type of events, they usually extend a day or two at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they probably got what they needed, or they saw some problems that they're like, okay, let's shut this thing down.
Okay, so let me continue on what I thought about it. So, okay, so going into the game, they didn't really explain a whole lot on the controls. So they put you in the game and they expect you to know everything because it's a demo, and they just want you to experience it by talking to people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, like I don't think it's because they expect you to. I think it's because they haven't gotten that far to finalize the instructions.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. When you press A to jump, you can also turn into Tony Stark mode by pressing the left button, which is the left controller button. And
Okay.
you start flying, and there's a cooldown where you can go into the water to cool down.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
if it overheats, you can go into water and cool down, which is kind of cool because everywhere you go, there's like either a waterfall or there's like a little puddle or something like that. So
Yeah,
it's kind of nice. Yeah,
that's cool. So they actually did like an environmental interaction kind of thing to it.
yeah. There's one thing I don't really like about the game, and it's kind of getting on my nerves, is the loading time. It takes forever to load every single scene. So, for example, if you were going into like a cave, once you get to like the entrance, it stops, and it loads like probably takes like
So
30
it's like
seconds to like 2 minutes.
it's like the old school adventure games, like like Xbox One, like Xbox 360 kind of
Yeah,
thing. Like, uh, you know what? I was going to make the excuse that you're like, oh, you know what? It's a demo. You need to install, but we did install the game. It was like
yeah,
what, 21 gigs?
yeah, dude, it's a huge game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a huge one. So who knows? Maybe they'll fix the buffering, or
yeah,
they'll put in some sort of uh mechanism into it loads peripherally.
yeah. So since it's a BioWare game, you know it's going to be story driven, and
You know it's gonna take 20 hours to finish it.
yeah, that's true. And I think that's a really good step for them to go into that direction, to do like an open world online game that you can play with your friends and do all that stuff. Mass Effect is already good. I think this is going to be even richer, because it's trying to do the same type of storyline on what Destiny is doing. But
Yeah.
I think these guys are going to do it so much better because story-wise, they know where they're going.
I would think
Yeah.
so.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wish I played it. There's another game that came out, but I kind of got distracted with the Nintendo Switch.
Hmm.
What was it called? It was we both signed up for it, or we both downloaded it while we were playing Overwatch.
Oh, it's also it's called Apex.
Apex, there we go. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying A.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got distracted by the Switch.
Yeah.
So I do plan on playing that, but we'll see. So I think we said it last episode, but I think it comes out February 22nd.
Yeah.
Anthem.
Hmm.
So we'll try it out. We'll see once it comes out how good it is. Hopefully they
Okay.
fix a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. We're running long, but let's go into our last segment.
Okay.
Movies.
All right. Movies. All right. Since we're getting to movies, I would like to talk about our sponsor real quick,
Go ahead.
before I get into the long I don't know what you just did there, but
What are you talking about?
okay.
It's on audio. What are you talking about?
All right. Anyways, we'll just go right past that. All right, for you listeners of the 2OC podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day free trial to give you an opportunity to check out their service. Personally, I would recommend an audiobook of choice available at audible.com. I would recommend the Alexander Hamilton book right now because, I saw Hamilton recently, and dude, I am in love with the book. It is so detailed, and it's amazing how the author of this book, Ron, sorry, I keep forgetting his name, Hamilton, Ron Chernow. He basically went around the world to gather all of these documents that were filling in the gaps of what happened during that time when Hamilton was writing a lot of letters to Congress, and also he lived in Caribbean, so there's some letters there. So how do we know the history of Hamilton? Everything is uncovered from this book here. So highly recommend checking it out. And make sure you go to audibletrial.com/the2OC to check out the free trial.
Actually, you know what? I'll throw in another one. I highly recommend people check out the Marvel novels that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most recent one is Marvel's Avengers Infinity War Thanos. It's supposed to tell the story of the Infinity War from Thanos' point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you're more of the villains type like Josiah is, good perspective to look at.
Again, that's audibletrial.com/the2OC.
Thank you for saying it because I drew a blank there. All right, Anton. Let's get into the movie part. Let's see. Our top 5 movies so far are going to be number 1, Glass, with 91.4 million.
Okay.
The Upside, number 2, with 77.9 million. Number 3, Green Book, with 57.5 million. Number 4, Miss Bala, with 8.7 million. And number 5, still treading water, Aquaman, with 324 million. Oh, 324.9. I'll give him that 0.9.
I'm surprised they swam that far.
I'm surprised it surpassed Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's still ahead of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, actually, we do have a upcoming releases. So the Lego movie's coming out this weekend, and I have my tickets already for Alita Battle Angel, which you're going to go into right now.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about the ticket you got. Is it for the fan event, or is it for the actual release date?
For the actual release date, because I can't go to the fan event, just a scheduling conflict.
Okay.
But I got the Dolby 3D.
Okay. All right. We're going to talk about that right now.
Okay.
Alita Battle Angel is... Okay. I'm going to tell you guys right now. I'm not going to go into spoilers. It's more of, how I experienced it and how I think this movie going forward is going to impact everything that you're going to see in the next couple of years. Okay. So Alita Battle Angel is probably one of the most unique blockbuster yet. And I'm going to explain why. I don't know what it is about James Cameron, but every time he puts his heart and soul into a project, it becomes like this amazing, epic thing that becomes like gold,
He has a very unique vision.
Yeah, very, very unique vision. And, okay, so first of all, James Cameron, Robert Rodriguez, 2 of my favorite directors team up for one movie. That's amazingly epic, and it goes way beyond what you would even imagine. You got 2 different directors. One is more like slapstick and very impromptu, and then you got this really, really hardcore, like deep into like the details type of director, which
Yeah.
is James Cameron.
Mm.
And okay, let me talk about the size of this movie. Okay, on the scale, it is a giant movie. And I got to see it in Dolby 3D, which you're gonna go see. It is probably the best way to watch this movie. I don't think there's any other way you should experience this movie, because Dolby 3D is the newest projection system that they have. I mean, for the past 2 years, we've been able to experience Dolby Cinema, but not in this type of way. I think by having 2 projection systems from Dolby Cinema, it makes the picture even sharper. And I mean, the sound is already superior. The seat itself vibrates every time there's a certain action scene. The image is, it's already extra. But at the very beginning of this movie, before I even got into the movie, you know that video that they do a little intro to tell you about the projector?
Yeah, the most annoying one is the Century one.
Yeah. I hate that one. That's a unicorn one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the unicorn one.
F that. This is
I know,
totally
that gets
gonna.
annoying.
Yeah. So this even takes it to the next level. You've been
Fuck
to
you, unicorns. F you, show title. F you, unicorns.
F you, unicorns. Freaking unicorns. Yeah. So you experienced Dolby Cinema before, right? Yeah. So at the very beginning, they talk about how the real dark color is. So you get that really cool flamethrower type of guy doing the flame thing. You get to see like the crossover. You get to see like what it looks like on a regular screen, and then what you get on this screen.
Yeah, they're doing like a
comparison.
Appreciate what we're giving you here kind of trailer.
Yeah. So they take this to the next level, dude. With 3D, there's this. Okay, I can't tell you. I want to tell you, but I can't tell you. They just take the experience of that screen, and because of the 3D thing, imagine this. It takes you to a different world. It takes you into a place where you don't even think you're in a movie theater anymore.
Ooh.
So I think that's the crazy thing where
Question.
this. Yeah, go ahead.
Do the glasses kind of have like blinders on the side? Like, and you're just like you're just looking from the front.
Yeah, just looking from the front.
Okay, so I think might be another reason. Like they're able to control your senses, so you forget the room you're in, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's smart of them. I like that.
Yeah.
Good, nice touch.
So I think from this movie going forward, we're getting something totally different, dude. That the whole thing is so immersive. It kind of reminds me of being in like a virtual reality thing.
Oh, okay, that immersive. The prices are a little bit more pricey.
Yeah, I saw that the tickets were like $20 for you guys over there.
22 for the.
22.
It's like 20. It's like 21. Let me double check.
Yeah, I think it's 21.70 something, because I got tickets from my parents, because after seeing the movie, I was like, my parents have to go see this.
21.59. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Dolby and IMAX, I think is like just under $20. So this is like a $2 increase. Not much, but I mean, if I didn't have the AMC membership, that would be like a $50 date.
Yeah. So, okay, this is amazing because James Cameron is setting up, all of these theaters to have this type of projection system. So that way, when he releases Avatar sequels,
get on my level, theaters.
Yeah, I think he's going the right direction, changing the whole entire film industry. It's not just a film anymore. It's an experience. And it's really hard to experience something, at this high level of entertainment.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you want to innovate, you can't stay in the same sandbox. You have to push
the boundaries.
Push the boundaries. But I'm saying push the technology too. Like if the technology's not there, guess who's paying for it? If you really believe in your work that much, you have to invest. and hope that
Yeah.
it picks up.
I can see the future of these movie theaters going glassesless. Like you don't need the glasses for 3D anymore.
If they can enhance the sound system or match the sound system, and I mean I haven't experienced it, but I'm assuming they'll go with the curved uh, screen. Yeah, I mean you can get rid of the glasses.
Yeah, so this movie was made for this experience, and it seems like they really used a subwoofer for this movie because I've seen like movies in the past year in Dolby, and it seems like it's cheaped out. I mean, there are movies that they said that were made for the whole experience, and that was Mission Impossible, Mission Breakout, and I mean, the only time you would feel the seats moving would be some action scenes. Not even all the action scenes, some action scenes.
Wait,
but
you Fallout?
Yeah, sorry, Fallout.
I was like,
Mission
wait,
Impossible Fallout. There's so many,
I was
dude.
thinking, like, wait, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout?
Yeah. So, yeah, the Alita, Battle Angel, every single scene when she steps out of the door, when she's walking around, you could feel the seats. Like,
yeah.
This is the movie that brings it to the next level. If the future movies that are made like this, I don't think anyone would pay regular money to go watch regular movies anymore. You want to experience.
Yes. But I think they need to work on getting it under $20. Because at that $20 mark, even though you're already paying that much, that $20 threshold seems to be like a line in the sand. Like if I didn't have the membership and I saw, I'm like, I'm good with IMAX 3D. I'm gonna go IMAX, $19. I'll go that way.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even know what I'd be missing out on, to be honest. So I think they need to get that $20 threshold. If you can get it under that and make it comparable to IMAX, then you're talking the audience level.
Okay, so because of this experience, it kind of reminded me as the first time going into Avatar, watching it for the first time. I had that same feeling where it's something that you've never seen before. Yeah, so I really would like to see what you would think about it when you see the movie next week. So, really quick review of the movie. Loved it. Story's great. Acting, motion capture. The cast is freaking bomb. I mean, you got Christoph Waltz. You got forgot her name. Something Salazar.
Oh yeah. I'm blanking on her name too.
Let's see here. Rosa Salazar. Yeah, she was really good. Like, I think if they had a award for motion capture actors, I think she's probably one top of the list with
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, Andy Serkis.
Yeah, I'll say like
really
I think they do have an award. It's called the Andy Serkis Award.
They do?
No, I'm kidding. They did.
Yeah.
I can actually see them making it after his like Planet of the Apes one. Yeah, I can't wait. I do have my tickets for next Thursday.
Okay. Oh,
So
one more thing about this movie. A lot of people didn't really like this movie because they thought, this is going to be whitewashed. But I don't really put it in that category because, I mean, we got Latin actors in it. And
it's very diverse.
Yeah, very diverse.
Yeah.
It's got Asian actors in there too, which, doesn't make any sense for people to say that. I mean, Ghost in the Shell, yes, that was really whitewashed, but I mean, they tried their best to, change it with some of the story, but it just makes so much more sense when that was supposed to be like the
lead
Asian.
is Hispanic. Then you also have like the typical, Christopher Waltz, Jennifer Connelly. You have Golden Globe and I think Oscar nominated Marshala Ali for The Green Book.
Oh, he's really good in this one too.
You also have Lana Condor.
Yeah, she played a small part, but I mean,
let's say like
she's good.
Isaac Gonzalez. Yeah, it's a very diverse group. Like,
Jennifer Connelly is still good. She still looks good.
I thought you were gonna say Jennifer Connelly. She's not. No, I'm hating people like I'm hating on the haters that are like, this is not diverse enough. Like, well, it's not gonna be like an all Hispanic. It's gonna be all black.
Yeah.
Like cast. It's gonna have a mixture. Just because it's a white people in does not make it not diverse. I don't know.
Yeah. So Yukito Kishiro, which is the person who made the manga, he was actually invited on set to experience what it looks like in real life, and he was blown away with what they were able to do. And he was even surprised that James Cameron came up to him 20 years ago to buy rights to make the movie.
Ooh.
And
I can't imagine how surreal that is, that you created this world in your mind.
And you got someone who made Terminator 2. What is it? The Abyss.
He's made multiple worlds.
Yeah.
Huge worlds.
Titanic.
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar. What's that? What's that? Dark Angel. Remember that show?
Oh, he did that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But
big worlds. Yeah, Jessica Alba. Yeah, so he was interested in this movie or this manga at the very beginning is because of our one of our favorite directors, Guillermo del Toro.
Really?
Yeah, he told James Cameron, like, oh, you got to check out this manga. It's really good. I mean, you're an illustrator. Because James Cameron's an illustrator. You're an illustrator. You're probably going to love this story. It's so rich in this world. And he starts looking into it. And he's like, oh, okay. Whoa, this is really good. I got to make this movie. So he's been working on this for a long time.
I'm sorry, but I've heard Guillermo del Toro talk. Yeah. I can imagine him being more...
Cabron, you gotta check this out, bro. You gotta check this out,
mira,
bro.
Look. Just swearing left and right and like telling him, like pretty much like rubbing James Cameron. Look at the book. Put your... just like I like how you give like a very polite version of it.
Yeah. But it's amazing that, you got like hardcore fans like Guillermo del Toro giving, a big director like James Cameron to be interested in something that is so dear and close-hearted to a lot of the, fans out there.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably one of the biggest and best adaptations of a Japanese property.
Mm.
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa! Excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You have not seen Detective Pikachu yet.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah. All right, that's on. 1 out of 5. What would you give it?
Dude, this is really hard. I'm gonna give it a 4.9. It's almost perfect. Almost perfect.
I'll let you go an extra decimal over. 4.5, 4.9 what?
4.99. It's very close.
Okay.
Very close to a perfect score. Very close.
All right, Anton. If people want to give that makes sense. I was going to lead to. Screw it. If you want to support us, I couldn't think of anything.
They can do that. They can help support us by going to our website at www.the2oc.com and purchase maybe a sticker or a t-shirt. And if there was something that they heard on the show that they would like to purchase, they can click anywhere on our banner and it'll take them to Amazon, give us a little kickback. Also, audible.com. Go to audibletrial.com/the2oc to get your free trial and your free book. I already said stickers.
No, I'm trying to I think I can line it up to the thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
sorry.
see what you did.
Yeah. So for the audio listeners, I was trying to line up the sticker I was holding to the watermark that we have on our video stream. All right. I got it though. For a split second, I got it.
Yeah.
All right. People can also follow us on social media at the 2OC on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Side note, on Instagram, for some reason, our video about the Ebola rap has been going crazy. Do you remember what that was, Anton? So the Ebola rap was this device that think of Batman. It's almost like a taser, but instead of shooting out little prongs to shock and stun people, it shoots out a Kevlar cable that wraps around the person's leg and like wraps them up like Batman's batarang.
Oh, so kind of like the scene in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. With the ad.
The cable.
Yeah, for some reason that video's been blowing up. We've gotten 5,000 views on it overnight. I don't know.
Wow.
I think the company just made a deal with law enforcement, so that's why the video's catching up again.
I see.
So yeah, go to at the 2OC on Twitter and Instagram to check out that video. You can also send us an email to mail@the2oc.com. Don't forget to give us a 5-star thumbs up on whatever podcast app you listen to us on, and tell a friend.
Yeah.
If you hear us, like us, tell a friend.
Tell your mom.
All right, Anton.
Tell your dad.
I thought you were trying to go Mark Wahlberg thing. All right, Anton. Anything else that I'm missing out on?
You can follow me on anchovies.
That works.
Yeah.
OC
right.
Alan Flores on Twitter. All right, Anton. I think that's it.
Yeah.
For the 2OC, I'm Alan Flores.
And I'm Anton Duong.
Nailed it. Suck the landing.
Yep. Long episode.